What is up, Thicky fam, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Cara, and on this channel I will be doing videos in regards to my personal health and fitness journey, vlogs, lifestyle, beauty, pretty much just whatever it is that I want to share with you guys. So if you're interested in joining the Thicky fam, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. So as you could tell by the title of this video, I am going to be talking about some non-scale victories that you should be focusing on. With it being the beginning of February, I know in January, a lot of us have had made New Year's resolutions in regards to our health and fitness journey. So as of right now, in regards to motivation, that is either dwindling down or close to non-existent. So with that being said, I just want to share some non-scale victories that you can focus in on instead of focusing on the scale. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So non-scale victory tip number one, your clothes fit better. So I know for a lot of us, the clothes that we have now fit okay, but there are some clothing items that may fit a little snug, or we may even have a clothing item that may be our favorite that we hid in the back of the closet because we can no longer fit them. So I encourage you to pay attention. How do your clothes fit? Try that thing on that didn't fit before. It fits now, and know that you are making progress because you feel better in your clothes. It's a little bit looser. The clothes fit nicer in certain areas, and it makes you feel confident, and it just makes you feel better in the clothes instead of being tight and snug. It's always a good thing that you can fit the thing that you couldn't fit that was in the back of your closet, because now you don't have to go out and spend money on additional clothing, unless you want to, of course, which is not a bad thing. So the second non-scale victory I want to talk about is the body recomp phase. So paying attention to where you are losing inches, because just because the scale doesn't move doesn't mean that you're making progress. That may mean that you are losing inches in one area and maybe gaining in another. I know for me personally, that is what was happening in the beginning, because I would gain in my booty and my thighs, but I would lose in my waist, or I'd lose a little bit in my arms. But that doesn't mean that I did not make progress, because my waist is getting a little bit more snatched and things are fitting much better. So pay attention to that. So I encourage you to measure yourself with a measuring tape and take a look at that. Did you lose a few inches, last month versus this month, although the scale hasn't moved? That's an amazing way to keep that motivation up for you and see that you are making progress. Non-scale victory number three, you're getting stronger and your endurance is much better. Pay attention to the weights that you're lifting each week. Are you increasing in weight gradually, or are you staying the same? Keep track. Are you increasing in weight each week, increasing your reps? Are you able to do more than what you can do before? I would encourage keeping a journal or having a little note section in your phone to keep track of these things, and know that that is an accomplishment in itself. Because I know for me, I've been with my trainer for almost a year. It'll be a year in March, and I am nowhere near the weight class that I was in last year versus this year, just because last year I was starting out on the low end of the weight spectrum, and now here I am gradually increasing and lifting heavier, and I have a lot more reps to do when I am working out. Also, in regards to the endurance, I used to be able to only do like maybe 10-15 minutes on the stairs or doing cardio, and now I'm up to like 35 minutes or something like that when I do go, when as before I could not do that. And I guess for my own personal story, for those of you who don't know, I am also a dance fitness instructor. I teach a dance fitness format called Commit, and I've been an instructor now for about 6 years. I was much smaller starting out, but I'm the most healthiest that I've ever been. Of course, the panini happened and other life circumstances happened, and I gained a significant amount of weight while still being a dance fitness instructor, but I could definitely feel the impact that it had on my knees and my joints, okay, like the weight. But now that time has gone on and I'm on track to getting fitter and better, my joints don't hurt as much. Like, I feel that I can do more. My endurance has increased tremendously and I can do harder tracks. I used to be very heavily dependent on a knee brace, in which now I don't even use a knee brace at all. So that's improvement in itself. And on top of that, I also have asthma. So my breathing was out of whack and not okay. But now that I'm on the right track with the nutrition and staying consistent and all that jazz, now my breathing is not that big of a deal than it was before. Next non-scale victory is improved quality of sleep. So I know for myself, before I started my fitness journey, my sleep schedule was completely out of whack. I would stay up till the wee hours of the night. I would have a hard time falling asleep as well as staying asleep. And then when I would wake up, I would feel just very groggy, grumpy, but I would still feel very fatigued and very tired. And once I changed my habits, I noticed that I'm able to sleep throughout the night. I fall asleep way faster and I stay asleep. And when I wake up, sometimes, there are times where I'm like, I just want to stay in bed, but I'm not groggy at all. When I'm up, I'm at 'em and I'm ready to go. And it's not such a tough fight to get up, just because I am getting good quality sleep. And then on top of that, sometimes I would have heartburn in the middle of the night, which is never any good. And that's because of the nutrition part of the journey. I wasn't sticking to a consistent diet. So anything I would eat, it would just like flare up in heartburn sometimes in the middle of the night, and that is not fun. And now I no longer suffer from that. So if that's something that you go through, that's something to pay attention to. And if you no longer have those problems, that is a win. A win is a win. Non-scale victory number 6. And if there's any of the tips that I talk about that you want to take into consideration, it's definitely this. Consistency and discipline are always in action. In the beginning, you go through this phase of motivation. Like, oh, I'm not motivated to do this. I don't have the motivation to do that. And it's just like motivation. Motivation is based on feeling. Do I feel like doing that? Do I feel like I want to go to the gym? No. For me personally, no, I absolutely 100% do not. I don't like getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be at the gym at 5:30 because, I have to drink my water, I have to eat my breakfast, stretch, all that jazz before I start. But I know that it's better for me, and I've formed the discipline and the consistency, and it's in momentum, and I just keep that going. And here I am making a ton of progress. With consistency and discipline, that means consistently saying no. And that means no to the things that are not in aligned with your goal. So that means not drinking all the time, not eating out all the time. And I'm not saying that you can't do these things ever, but you got to put in effect the 80-20 rule. Go ahead and eat out, or go ahead and have an occasional cocktail socially, for special occasions when there is time to celebrate. But that doesn't mean to go dive in all the way and just make that an everyday thing. So with the consistency and discipline, it's eating right. It is making sure you drink all your water. It's making sure that you're stretching. You are not staying up, you're getting the right amount of sleep. There's all of these factors that go into consistency and discipline, but it's just following through and doing it regardless of the way that you feel. And my tip for you is utilize that moment to hone in on yourself. What is it that you truly want to do? If it's something that you really care about and truly want to succeed at, use it as a tool to work and focus on you because you matter. Tip number 7 to keep in mind is an improvement with mental health and stress. For me personally, that is a huge thing for me. If there was one thing that I seen a drastic improvement in, it is my mental health and stress. So I suffer from stress and anxiety. All of that stuff comes very easy for me. And I've noticed that when I do work out, I don't have as much anxiety or stress as I normally do on a day-to-day basis, because those nerves and all of those thoughts, like, I don't know what it does. It disappears because I'm on such a high from an amazing workout. And just pay attention to that stuff, because if you do suffer from mental health issues or stress, and you notice that when you do go to the gym and work out, despite the fact that you don't want to, and you leave feeling happy and healthier. And I see that as an amazing win. Tip number 8, non-scale victory is meeting new friends, meeting new people who are aligned with the same goal. So when you go to the gym, or you go to the different environments where you're trying to better yourself throughout your fitness journey, you are meeting people who are aligned with some of the same goals. They know the mindset that it takes. They know the consistency and the discipline it takes to get to where you want to go. And if it was easy, literally everybody would be able to do it. But it takes a different kind of mindset for me personally to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be at the gym at 5:30. As I said before, I have to wake up, drink my water, drink the apple cider vinegar, have my first meal, stretch before I get to, working out at 5:30. And linking up with those like-minded people, you have somebody that's able to hold you accountable, and you know that you're not in this journey alone. And it's just nice to meet people who are on that same journey with you, because not everybody in your circle now is going to understand that. You know what I mean? They're not going to understand you getting up early. They're not going to understand that you have to say no to certain social occasions. They're not going to understand that you can't eat fast food all of the time. So, and it can be discouraging because the people in your circle are not doing those things. So the easiest thing for us to do is just to go to what's normal, and that is surrounding yourself by what you're used to. But now that you have a new set of goals, a new mindset, you can gravitate towards those people instead, and they can offer support. Tip number 9 is healthier eating habits and drinking habits. So that's a non-scale victory in itself, because once you start to eat healthy, you start to feel different. Your body starts to feel different. It starts to feel more awake. It starts to feel more alive, and you crave a lot of water. You crave healthy foods, because you can absolutely tell when you are consistent and disciplined in your eating and your workout habits, how your body reacts. I know for me, for sure, salty and sweet foods are overly salty and overly sweet. And this is stuff that I used to consume all the time. But now my body is in a state where, yeah, it does crave those things sometimes, but on my little 20%, when I do decide to eat that bad thing, I probably take a bite, maybe 2, and I can't handle it anymore. And it's just, I push it to the side and that's it. But it's just like, you could see and feel the improvement that your body is wanting the healthier things. And with the healthier eating and drinking habits, you tend to become more creative. Sometimes you're just limited to different healthy foods, but it doesn't have to be boring. So that means chefing some stuff up in the kitchen that you normally wouldn't, and make it delicious. It doesn't have to be boring, but it's always nice to just experiment, I guess, for me, because I don't know if I mentioned, but I am working with someone for my nutrition. So I have a set menu for the most part, but I can switch things up with my seasoning, which is amazing, and my condiments, so I can have something different every meal and it not be the same or taste the same. There's variety allowed in that scope. So I would see that as a win. The last non-scale victory I want to talk about is feeling confident throughout your journey. Pay attention. Like I said, you are doing exercises much more better than you were at the beginning of your journey. You're feeling more comfortable in your skin. I know when we are all starting out at the gym or working out, starting our health and fitness journey, we can be a little self-conscious about what our body looks like and how it feels. But as time goes on, pay attention to see how your confidence is slowly and surely increasing, because you're paying attention to the non-scale victories of getting stronger and having healthier habits. You definitely may not be exactly where you want to be, but appreciate the journey that you're in right now. It's so important. You may not be the person that you were, and you're not that person that you want to be yet, but right here, right now in your journey, appreciate what your body can do today. Definitely be proud of yourself and how far you have come and what you're capable of. You're capable of amazing things, and know that this journey is not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time, and embracing the journey right now and appreciating yourself and what you can do will just make it 10 times more fun. And when you look back, you'll appreciate it 10 times more. So with that being said, those are some of the non-scale victories that I wanted to share with you guys that you guys should be focusing on instead of the scale. If there are any other non-scale victories that you notice or that you practice, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section, because I would like to know, just in case I want to use those tips as well, just because I am still on this journey. I'm on this journey with you. So let's go ahead and get that conversation started down in the comments section. But I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. If there's any other videos that you want to see me do, go ahead and let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to join the Thank You Fam, hit that subscribe button. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really enjoyed making it, and that is that. I will go ahead and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.